Hello guys, this is MrWhiz. Welcome back to climbing system tutorial. So in this video we will see about hopping on the side. So first we have to create the traces like before, and once we have a successful trace, then we have to jump to that point. So let me add a couple of jump points here. Okay, so first I'll add it equal to the same height, then we will adjust it later. Okay, so let's create the trace component. So on your climbing component, create a new function. And like before, we need 3 variables. Okay. Then promote these 2 local variables. And then create a variable here. Local tree. We have to create a local variable. Okay. I think this is not a local variable. We don't need this. And create one more local variable. Data type should be integer, and set this to 0. Initialize this. Start a for loop with break, and the first index should be 1 and last index should be 6. So this is basically till what extent you want to continue the trace. And create a capsule trace by channel, and let the trace channel be ledge, and draw debug type, let it be for 1 frame for now. And for the start, okay, so select here and multiply this and connect it here so that this turns to an integer value. So minus 25 if it is true, and plus 25 it is false. That means if it if you're trying to trace on the left side, the value should multiply by minus 25, and if we are trying to trace it with on the right side, it should be plus 25. So that's the logic here. And then get the player ref, vector rotation, then get right vector and also get the forward vector and multiply the forward vector by a value. And for me 80 works fine, so I'll keep it as 80. And then we have to multiply this with the output here. Now we are going to trace it straight we are going to trace for items that are in the same height or above the height or below the height. So this will help us in jumping both in the sideways or in the diagonal ways. So to do that, we will add one more logic here. Get the player ref, move up, get moving up down. So when we press the up arrow along with the right or left button, so it should trace accordingly. So if this is less than 0, select, and we need one more thing similar to that. Put a select again. As of now, it just shows true or false, but to the place where we connect, it will pick the data type accordingly. So just follow along from here. Active location, break this pin, and get tractor rotation also. Make a vector, get the x and y as it is. For z, we have to add an offset value, which we will take from our other from the select. So connect this here. So this will change into floats for true enter 100, and connect this to this false, and if it is true, just add 10. If it is false, do 160 here. Again, once you see the output of this, you will understand the logic here. So first let me finish the code. Get the right vector, multiply it with, again, put a select here, and connect local left here. So this will be minus 50, and if it is false, it's plus 50. So the logic is almost similar to what we have did for left and right, just that we are adding a adding an option where you can have a different trace when you are pressing up arrow or down arrow, and add it here and connect these two, and this will be our start point, and take this again, add it with this forward vector multiplied value, and connect it again here. So this should be our end value. So let's see if this shows some traces. Okay, we haven't called this function anywhere. So go to find side ledge, and after outer turn trace, connect it. So this is for left side. So tick the left mark. Okay, let's try now. Okay, we are getting a trace here. Okay, and if we press an up arrow, there are traces above, and if we press a down arrow, there are traces below. Okay, now you can see it clearly. So these values you can adjust to your liking. So now the tracing is successful. Then now we will add the after code. Put the branch here. Connect it to the return value. And if it is false, create a new variable. Can hop side. Let it be boolean. So if it is false, this is also false, and if it is true, local trace count, increment the local trace count value. Okay, and if this is less than 2, that means we are doing a trace 1 after the successful trace. So this is just to have the character placed properly on the hopping ledge. If it is false, put a sequence, and connect this to break. And here set can hop side as true. Now we have to set where our character has to land, or do a height trace, and identify where our character should go and grab. For that, we need two more variables: side hop ledge location, and this has to be a vector, and side hop ledge normal. So we will set both these variables here. Break this hit result and connect the location here and normal here. Now we have to call height trace from this point, height trace, and we have to make some modifications to the height trace. So one is add two input parameters here. ledge location and ledge normal. So this is to identify from which point the height has to be traced, and the return value add ledge height. So all these three needs to be vectors. Okay. Now promote these to local variables. Now instead of this ledge location, connect the local ledge location. And also we need to remove this, and for the end of the end location, add this to another vector and connect this to select. So we want to uh, pass in different values if we can hop side. So this will be if we can hop side, the z value is 0 or else the z value is 50, and connected this to the end and to this end also. So rest everything is the same thing. Now let's come back to the find side hop ledge. So now pass in these variables here, and if this is true, then we will set the side hop ledge height. Okay, we have to create a variable for that. Okay, and if it is false, we can set and hop side as false. Okay, I think that's it here. Now let's try it again. So our trace should stop. Okay, height is not tracing. Let's see what I have missed. Okay, we have to pass in this ledge height. So here pass in the ledge height. The remaining return values, let the ledge height be 0, because anyways we those are for not getting successful traces. And find references of height trace here, and we will assign the enter the values here one by one. So here we already have the ledge location and ledge normal. Ledge location, ledge normal. So you can create separate height trace for hop side hops also, but I thought of reusing the existing ones with slight modification. Okay, let's see now. Okay, it's grabbing now. Okay, so the trace stops exactly at the next point after a successful trace. Okay, this looks fine. Okay. In next video, we'll see about how to jump to the ledge that's traced successfully. Thanks for watching. Bye.